let's do a LeetCode problem rotate array in C++. So given an integer array in nums, so it's going to be like this. We have our public void rotate, vector int, we're editing our array itself, so we have the ampersand nums, and then we're passing in int k. We want to rotate the array to the right by k steps, where k is non-negative. And so what this should look like, if we look at our inputs and output test cases, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A k is equal to 3. And we have these 3 being rotated to the right. So essentially 7 is going to rotate to the right, meaning it goes to the front. 6 is going to rotate to the right, so it goes to the front. And 5 is going to rotate to the right, and it goes to the front. And it does that 3 times. If it specifies it 2 times, it would only do it 2 times. So we can see that we have rotate 1 steps to the right, so 7 is in front. Rotate 2 steps, 6 is in front, and rotate 3 steps, the 5 is in front. So that's pretty much going to be how we do this. Now, what I'm thinking we do is, if you look at this part right here, none of this changes, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's always going to be in place for the entire answer. The only thing that changes is this. This has to move up here. And we can do that by completely reversing the order of this, the entire thing, and then reversing this order, and then reversing this order. It's pretty simple, and that'll give you this. So what we're going to want to do is take this as an example. We're going to have it up here just so we can see that it's completely in its original order right here. I'm going to call the reverse function, and what this is going to do is it's going to swap an iteration from the beginning to the end of whatever we pass in, so you kind of have to pass in an iterator. An iterator is going to be nums.begin, so it's going to take an iterator and it's going to be based off our nums. It's going to start at the very 0th index, and then we're going to go to nums.end. Now it's important to note that the reverse method goes up to, but does not include the last element. So reverse, if we look at it like this, is essentially including, which means it has the bracket like this, but it does not go to the end. So if you remember, like in math classes, this means it includes, and this means it goes up to but does not include. And that's essentially what this reverse function does. So nums doesn't just get the end of our array, it gets one past that, the blank space past that. So it's able to examine all elements here. So after we do this, we are going to completely reverse our array. So it's not like the answer has it, but it's going to be like this instead, completely reversed. This isn't too bad though, because if we look at this section, 765, all we need to do is reverse that. And then this 1, 2, 3, 4, all we need to do is reverse that. So let's do that. Let's do the 765 first. For the 765, we're going to pass in a reverse again. Inside of this reverse method, we're going to do nums.begin, because we want to take the beginning of our array. And then we want to have our nums.not end, because we only want to go a certain amount. This amount is based off our integer k, so k is obviously going to have to be in here. We can't just pass an integer value though. We have to pass some part of an iterator. And so what we're going to want to do, because it's also based off the very beginning, it starts at the beginning and then it goes k more than that, we're going to have nums.begin, and then we have parentheses, and then we'll have plus k. So we have nums begin plus k. So we're going to start from here, and then we're going to go to this 4. But remember, it goes up to, but it does not include the last one, so that's what that's going to be. Because remember, k is a number, so if it's 3, it's basically a length, and indexes are 1 less than length, so this is index 0, 1, 2, and 3. That's why it's fine going up to, but not including this one. So now this is going to be completely fine, and our list should look something like this. We should have a 5, 6, 7, and then a 3, 2, 1. Oops, sorry, I missed a 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this still isn't in sorted order in the back, so we need to reverse the back. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have reverse. We want to start at this middle part. So we're going to start at nums.begin, and then we're going to also have plus k. so we can start at whatever the k value is. Now, it includes the first one, so we're totally fine doing it like this. And we want to run this to nums dot, and then we're going to revisit the end method. So nums dot end is going to get us one past the theoretical end. And this is pretty much going to be it. If you have any questions on this code, please leave a comment below. If you need any help, let me know. We can run this and see if it's going to pass our basic test cases. So it's accepted both of these. I'll press submit. These were the basic test cases, case 1 and case 2. It looks like we have a runtime error, and that's because we have a k of 2 here and nums is equal to -1. So what we should do is have a check for something like this. And we'll say the check is going to be for if our k value is greater than our nums dot size. What should we do? Well, in this instance, instead of having a check, we can actually reset k to something. We can reinitialize it. We'll set k equal to, and this can just be k modulus, so we're taking the remainder of size, and it should be our nums dot size. And the reason why we're doing this is because let's say we have k is equal to 2 and size is equal to 1. Well, 2 divided by 1 is going to give us a 1. So k is not going to be equal to 2. We are essentially reassigning it here. Let's submit that again with this new k in mind, and it'll accept it. So it uses 64 milliseconds, and it takes about 25.31 megabytes of memory. If you want more C++ practice problems, check out that playlist link below the like button. That's how we would do rotate array with LeetCode.